Hello everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video is going to be another very exciting video because this is going to be about Amazon stock. And why Amazon stock? Because there is a lot of cool things happening with Amazon stock right now, and we also have earnings for Amazon coming up that is set to announce on February 1st of 2024. So we have about a week or so still left for the earnings announcement, but there is so much going on with Amazon stock, so I just couldn't help myself to share these updates with you. So if you are holding Amazon stock or if you're buying Amazon stock, there are a lot of cool updates that I want to share with you guys and some very cool trading ideas and tips. So if you want to follow along, hang tight. So I want to share these with you guys. So let's get right into the video and see what's going on. So I know there's a lot of complicated things going on here, but I want to explain them one at a time so you guys understand what is exactly I am talking about. So we saw the peak of Amazon at in November 21, that was around 188. So this is adjusted for the pre-stock split. So when the stock used to be upwards of $3,000. So they split the stock, and this is the adjusted all-time high level of Amazon stock, that is around 188 that we saw in around 23rd of November 2021. And since then Amazon crashed all the way back down to around $81, and that was in December 2022. So we saw almost 1 year of bear market for Amazon. So this was a lot of huge crash that Amazon saw, and partly because of some of the wrong investment steps that they took. They invested a whole lot of heavily in Rivian. So these two negative quarters that we are seeing at the bottom, so these are the mostly affected quarters. They were affected due to their investments in Rivian because they lost a lot of money over there. So but eventually they are starting to recover from that loss. So that loss Amazon has written off, and over the last few quarters, so we have been seeing that AWS has been a significant amount of earnings for Amazon. So kind of technically their retail side of business is not doing a whole lot good, but the Amazon AWS services are kind of making up for all the businesses they do. So almost pretty much 70% of the revenue is coming from AWS for Amazon. So the reason that I have this graph in front of you is I want to share some technical indicators that I have been seeing in the chart. So first off, let's see, this level of 145 was very critical for Amazon to break through. So we were tracking Amazon stock when we were at around 135 back in August, and since then we have been tracking it very nicely. So this resistance that we pointed out, that 145, is going to be very critical for Amazon to break above with a heavy volume. So we have been noticing increasing and consistent volume at the bottom, if you guys notice over here. So the volume has been building up very nicely. So what is going on with Amazon stock is, if you guys notice, so it is kind of forming a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern. So do you guys see what I mean? Let me draw real quick so you guys can see clearly. Okay, so here, do you guys see what I mean now? So we started forming this head and inverse head and shoulders pattern around 26th of April 2022. So if you notice, so this is kind of forming a perfect head and shoulders pattern, and if you notice, so this is also trending in the upward direction. So that is another bullish sign. So if you see, the trend is obviously upwards. And that is the reason why we were testing this $145 very heavily. We were tracking this because this is the exact neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, and we did seem to break above it. And not just that, we have tested this as a support again. So let me zoom in to show you guys what I exactly mean. So do you guys notice something here? So we did break up above this the neckline resistance of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we went to about around 155, and then we retraced back and tested this 145 as a support. So this is another a very critical level of Fibonacci level that I have drawn in here, that is sitting at around $147, but the resistance that we were tracking was exactly 145. So because why 145? This is a psychological level. Obviously this is a whole number that they would be tracking, and they wanted to test. That is what I am thinking, that they wanted to test that if this is going to hold at least as a support before they start running this stock up, because all the stocks, pretty much the entire stock market has been going crazy, and some of the stocks including Amazon, they are still lagging compared to Nvidia, compared to Netflix, compared to AMD, and so many others. So Why Amazon is lacking? Because they have obviously the earnings to announce, so everyone has very close eyes on their earnings glued right now because they want to see how they recovered back from that loss that they had in Rivians over the last years, and how they have been improving on cutting their costs, and how much of the revenue that AWS has been generating for Amazon. And this is very clear, guys. So we have not just that, we have not even tested this 145 as a support. We bounced exactly from this yellow line, that is the 50-day very critical moving average. So if you guys notice, I want you guys to focus on this yellow line and then this blue line. So these are the two critical moving averages for in general for any stock. So this yellow one is the 50-day moving average, and this is the 200-day moving average we are looking at. So 200-day moving average is way below the 50. So this is signifying a huge bullish trend that is going on here. So Amazon is obviously also have broken out of this long-term lower highs and lower lows trend. So we have started to form a huge uptrend. So that is we are just starting from the new higher highs and higher lows. So if you notice, this is the low and this is the high, and this was the higher low than this one, the previous one, and then the next high was higher than the previous high. So this is the bullish trend that we have started to form. So I want you guys to again focus on two more trend lines that are very critical. This top one is the downtrend line, and this bottom is the uptrend line that Amazon has been trading into it. So we have to break out either of these trend lines, and we are going to see some fireworks happening in either direction, guys. So either upwards or downwards. So obviously if we break below this downtrend, then it is going to be very bearish for Amazon. But for the time being and for the near future, it does not look very likely, because for two reasons. We have some very strong sets of support sitting right around here, 145 to 147. So to break Amazon below this level, we are going to need a lot of big negative catalysts. So this 145 is going to act as a very strong support. And on the bullish side, and also keeping into mind the earnings period that is coming up in February 1st, so we are expecting to Amazon to hit this next critical Fibonacci level that is sitting at around $164 to $65. So that is our first price target, guys, for Amazon stock. And obviously right above it we have this trend line resistance sitting, that is sitting at around almost pretty much at $170 very nicely. So all of this is lining up very nicely for Amazon. So we are expecting earnings are possibly going to give us a nice bounce to around 165, and obviously from there we may be seeing some retrace, and there is a possibility we will be testing this 145 as a support level again. But breaking below this is, we are going to need a lot of negative catalysts, or we are not seeing that happening for now, as long as the SPY and overall market sentiment is staying positive. So we are quite confident that Amazon might be heading towards this 165 dollars target, and the second price target is obviously going to be at 170. That is where we are thinking we are going to be stopped out next. So obviously as a trading plan, as a trading head, so we have again, so this is again looking like a very bullish sign. We have already broken above this neckline resistance of this inverse head and shoulders pattern on a decent amount of volume that Amazon has been seeing consistently over the past quite a lot of years. So we have broken above this, and we have also tested this as a support. So this is a confirmation of a bullish trend that we have seen right here, guys. So right now, due to the earnings, so if you guys are playing options, so I want you guys to be very cautious, and obviously do not play the short dated options, because the volatility is very high. So you are going to be burned due to the volatility, because as soon as the earnings are announced or we get closer to the earnings, your IV is going to crush you. Your premiums, even though the stock keeps moving higher, your value of options are not going to increase, because the volatility is going to bring the price or premium of your options value down. So wait it out and see how earnings play out. And so for now it is very clear. So we need to break above 155.5, guys. So if we are able to close above 155.5 with a strong volume, so then I think we are in a pretty clear that we are heading towards at least 165 for Amazon stock. And again, if we keep getting rejected at 155.5, then there is a possibility after the earnings, or maybe we might be testing this 147 as a support again. And look at this, guys. I wanted to share with you guys the earnings chart for Amazon for 2021 and 2022. Look how bad the year 2022 for Amazon was like, this was the Q1, they did a huge loss, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So everything, and look at here what is happening this year, guys. Q1, Q2, and Q3. So this is like a steady graph of increasing earnings for Amazon, guys. So because obviously they have been coming out of that loss they saw investing in Rivian in 2022, and AWS has been a very significant amount of earnings portion for Amazon. And this is another factor I want you guys to consider, because if you notice in beginning of Q1 2023, price to earnings ratio was crazy. So, and obviously after the split, it has gone down. So we are approaching towards being a better risk and reward ratio for Amazon. So these were the cool updates I wanted to share with you all. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.